What's your view on this? Why do the left never seem to support, Trump? Or, I mean, is it an impossibility to support anything that man does?
Look, it's not just Trump. I mean, all my life, America's been going into wars, telling us it's all about democracy. It's always been about America's economic interests. I mean, every single American intervention in the Middle East has been a disaster. They've overthrown one government after another. And then, 20, 30 years later, there's still a civil war going on. Terrorism is being fed. I mean, literally, I've always found myself on the same side with Jeremy Corbyn. We have voted against all the involvement in America's wars. I mean, going to war in Iraq, it was all based on a lie. We're being told that Saddam Hussein had nuclear weapons, none whatsoever.
Well, no, that's right. That's right. But
the reason America invaded Iraq, it wanted control of its oil, and that's what this is all about.
And so it doesn't matter what anybody does to their own people, however many people get thrown in prison, however many gay people get hung up on a crane, or gay people pushed off buildings. None of this is relevant. 1,500 people killed by this bloke who was second in command in Iran. None of that matters.
No, it does all matter. And I'm opposed to almost every government on the face of the planet because most of them are pretty horrendous. But America's interventions and wars have not been about creating a wonderful, peaceful democracy, and they haven't. I mean, you just look at the state all these countries are still in. I mean, literally, when back in 1964, I was watching the telly when it was announced that America had started bombing Vietnam because Vietnam had attacked American battleships. That war led to 3.8 million Vietnamese being killed. Now we know that was not true. There was no attack on those ships. It was just a lie by the American president because he was a few weeks away from the election. He wanted to be seen as bold and strong.
Right. Well, no, that's a legitimate point, isn't it, to ask how the decision-making from President Trump, whether or not it was based upon the impeachment hearings in the upcoming election. Ken, you've got a lot of history to call upon. I was one in 1964, and many of our listeners wouldn't have been around. But Ken, it's good to speak with you, and thank you.